So today we're going to be talking about how to truly love yourself. Okay, I need to calm down with my hands because I have an issue with like using my hands when I talk, and I'm still doing it, but oh well. So before we even get into this video, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. Okay. So since you clicked on it, obviously you're a little bit interested. You're a little bit interested in what it is that your girl got to say. So just go ahead and subscribe. Okay. So anyway, let's just get right into it. So today we are going to be talking about self-love, how to really love yourself. Okay, so I made a video about this maybe like a year ago. Y'all, to be honest, I'm not even sure what I said in the video, but we're gonna do a redo. Okay, we're gonna do a redo because I do feel like since then I have, grown more in the area of self-love. So something I have learned is that self-love is not all about getting your nails done. Self-love is not all about grooming and getting a haircut. It's not all about, taking yourself out on spa dates. That is not self-love. Yes, it is in addition to your self-love, because that means that you are keeping up your appearance, meaning that when you look in the mirror, and say if there are days when you feel a little bit yucky inside, if you look in the mirror, that'll kind of, give you a little boost of confidence. Or say if you are already feeling bad in the inside, if you look a hot mess, okay, like you're gonna feel even worse because you look a mess on the outside. So it is an addition. All of those things that social media say is self-love, when it comes to appearance and all of that, that's just addition. Okay, that's just you keeping yourself up, which I do hope that all of you, if you're not currently doing that now, I do hope that all of you do begin to take a step forward and begin to do things to keep your appearance up. So yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about what exactly self-love is. Self-love is how you feel in the inside about yourself. The things that you tell yourself, the things that no one else around you knows, may go through your head when it comes to yourself. It's the way that you take care of yourself mentally. Those negative thoughts that you may have about yourself, you're not just brushing it off. You're not just doing things to take your mind off of it. You're not just drinking or smoking to take your mind off of it. You're not partying. You're not continuously trying your hardest to force your friends to, be with you 24/7 or be around your significant other 24/7, all because you're trying to take these things off of your mind. No, that's not. No, self-love is when you actually pay attention to every single negative thought that comes across your mind. Not even just the negative thoughts, but the positive ones as well. You pay attention to every single thought that comes across your mind. And it's how you handle these thoughts, okay? It's how you nurture yourself. It's the way that you take care of yourself after you have, suffered a loss in life. After you have suffered what seems like a failure. After you have, been through some sort of heartbreak or some sort of battle, some sort of sickness. It's what you tell yourself. It's what you do to get yourself back up. That is self-love. It's how you do it. Okay, self-love is also not about you going to the gym and continuously working out 24/7 all because you're depressed in the inside because you don't like the way you look on the outside. That's not. It's an addition, yes, because it's going to help your appearance, but it's all about how you feel emotionally, okay? So I want to point out something that's so important that I feel like I learned when it came down to my self-love journey. So when you begin to love yourself so much, you become very picky with who you allow to be around you, okay? And I say that because when you have worked so hard to get to the point of loving yourself and get into that peak of loving yourself, you will not allow anyone who is speaking negative, even if it's them speaking negative about themselves, you find it hard to be around people who do that, people who will remind you of the place that you love. First thing first, like I said, I nurture myself. So whenever a negative thought comes across my mind, I pay attention to it. I don't sit there and soak in it. I don't sit there and allow myself to fully believe, you know, every negative thought that comes across my mind. Like, no, that's misery. That's pure misery. And due to the fact that God is allowing me to experience pure peace, even when I am in the middle of chaos, I know I'm not about to sit in misery. Like, no, that's something I'm not about to do. So like I said, I pay attention to all of my thoughts, okay? And if the same thought keeps coming across my mind, or if I don't like the way a certain thought is making me feel, I pick up my journal and I journal it. I pray about it. And the most important thing here is that you're honest with yourself. So when you're journaling and when you're praying, something what I like to do is when I pray, I like to pray out loud, okay? It helps me to just really feel like everything is being released. So I'm completely honest, okay? I'm completely honest when I'm journaling these thoughts. I say why this thought probably came up. I say, you know, the way it made me feel. That's the first thing that I do. The second thing that I did to fully begin to love myself is that I began to value my alone time. I began to value my alone time. When I have off days, when I have free days, and I know for a fact that, you know, I'm feeling a little bit drained emotionally, I don't sit up there and call up a friend just because it's like, oh, I finally have a free day, you know, I can finally hang out with my friends now. Like, no, if I know I'm not all the way there mentally, if I know I'm, you know, suffering with something in my head, I use that time for myself. I really take advantage of my alone time. I'm not afraid to sit with myself. I'm not afraid to go do anything with myself, okay? That's self-love. Self-love is not being afraid to sit with yourself. It's not you really, you know, doing other things like scrolling on social media. You know, the normal things that people do when they're finally, you know, having a long time. No, it's actually sitting with yourself. It's actually being there in the present moment. It's actually sitting there and not ignoring anything that comes across your mind, even if it's, you know, weird. Cause I'm gonna keep it real. I be having some weird stuff coming across my mind. Like, y'all, if only y'all knew. But I sit there and I pay attention to everything. I try to consistently, you know, pay attention to these things. So the next thing that I have begun to do to fully love myself is that I try not to engage in anything that's going to bring me back or remind me of, you know, where I came from. Okay, so whether that's people, whether that's, you know, certain TV shows, whether that is certain songs, things that I know is going to get me down or remind me of, you know, how nasty my mind used to be, or just remind me of how, you know, what type of sadness and depression I was in. I don't engage myself in that because it's like, why would I do that? What we're trying to do here, y'all, is we're trying to work towards peace. We're trying to be at a consistent place of peace, okay? We're not trying to get back into that place of worry and anxiety. No, that's not what we're trying to do, okay? So the next thing I have learned on my self-love journey is that something that I must do is I must do things that make me happy, okay? So this means that you're not trying to please other people. This means that you're not sucking up to other people and just telling other people what it is that they want to hear. You are consistently doing things that make you happy. And the thing is, a lot of you don't know what makes you happy. And if you are one of these people, it's okay. It's completely fine, because there is a way to figure it out, okay? The way to figure it out is that you get up and you just adventure. You do things that you may have told yourself like, oh, that's weird, I'll probably never do that, or people may look at me like this or that if I do that. Like, no, you literally just have to get out there and explore. Do things that you probably told yourself. I'm not talking about no, you know, off the wall stuff, y'all. Like, come on now. Like, I ain't talking about like that. But I'm saying, like, or stuff you ain't got no business doing, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, literally when it comes to adventure, like, you know, I don't know, y'all. Come on. Y'all know what I mean. I can't think of nothing right now. Jesus. But it's like you just figure out what it is that makes you happy. Just experiment with certain things. Just figure out what it is that make you happy. That is a part of self-love. Consistently doing things that make you happy and not worrying about how anyone else may feel about it. Okay, and so this is probably going to be my last tip. I may have to do a part 3, y'all. Your girl might have to do a part 3, but I'm just gonna, you know, add this last tip in. So something else that I did to okay, something that I do. Jesus Lord, help me, please help me talk. Okay, something that I began to do on my self-love journey is that all of the things that I may felt like I was, you know, flawed in. So all of my flaws, all of the things that, you know, people may have picked on me about when I was younger that I probably took to heart, I made sure I nurtured those things. Just anything, things that I don't like about myself. So when it comes to mentally, the way that I was flawed mentally, what I did was I mended those things. If I didn't like the way I thought about something, or I didn't like the way that I used to react about something, I tended to it, and I tended to it carefully. So y'all, the most important thing here when it comes to your self-love journey is that you're not rushing it. Stop trying to rush it, because when you rush it, it's going to always seem like you're bouncing back to square one. During moments when you're healing and when you're growing, there are going to be times when you're frustrated. There are going to be days when you're so happy. Then there are going to be days when you're going to feel depressed as if you didn't even work on anything at all. Okay, so that's why the most important thing here is to not rush it. Do not rush your process. Don't rush your process at all. And also too, you don't have to sit up there and act like everything is okay either. If you have trusted people in your life, talk to them about what it is that you're going through, okay? But don't lay all of your problems on them. If you are a religious person, you know, pray about these things, but pay attention to, you know, the way that you feel. Don't throw your baggage on other people. Don't do that, okay? That's stressful, and that's going to make people not even want to help you at all. I gotta remember what I was saying before this. Ooh, okay. I tended to the things that I felt like I was flawed in mentally, and then on top of that, I started to tend to the things that I felt like I was flawed in physically. So the different flaws that I didn't like about myself that different people used to always point out that made me feel bad about myself, I tended to those things. So I began to tell myself, like, okay, Tanala, like, since you can't change that, that means that you need to love it. You need to learn how to love it. And so I began to ask myself, like, how do I love these things that I've hated for so long? I've hated it since a child. Like, how do I even begin to love it? Like, that's how. And so literally, like I said, it takes time. And it may be so hard for you to even find things to like about it, but sometimes that's the route that you have to go. You have to, you know, say like, okay, well, let me find something to like about it. Or even if it's you telling yourself like, okay, well, that's what makes me unique. Although I may have this feature, it's okay. Like, that's what makes me different. And when you begin to work on yourself mentally anyway and love on yourself mentally, those physical flaws that you may feel about yourself and see when it comes to yourself, you're gonna end up loving it anyway. Like, you're gonna end up like, I promise you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna be like, well, dang, like, why did I hate this anyway? Like, oh my gosh, like, this makes me different. And then soon before you know it, you're gonna end up getting complimented on those things majority of the time. So it's okay, y'all. I promise y'all, like, I'm here for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, not the nose itching, but I need to look that up and see what that means. Okay, no, because every time I look up something like that, it be some bad news and like, like, let me, like, girl, your face just itching. That's it. That's all. But, okay. Okay, but yeah, y'all, like, as I was saying, like, I love y'all so much, and I'm here for y'all. Like, I'm here throughout this process. If y'all have any questions, you know, let me know. Like, always shoot an email to my, you know, business email if there's a specific topic that you want me to touch on. Comment down below if you feel like this video helped y'all. When y'all comment and when y'all like this video, that helps me so much, okay? And when y'all subscribe too. But yeah, like stuff like that help me so much because it helps me know, like, okay, like this content is helping somebody. Like that makes me feel good in the inside, you know, that I was able to help someone today. So please let me know, okay? So yeah, I love y'all so much. I'll be back with y'all soon. So yeah, bye.